Is this thing fake? I personally love Ewoks, and at the same time, I understand why you might not. But I just can't separate myself from the kid who loved this cartoon.
I don't know.
This is the Ewok Battle Wagon. The toy was part of the famous last gasp of the Kenner Star Wars line, The Power of the Force.
Over 60 different coins in the collection. Each and every Star Wars action figure comes with one.
Every figure?
Following The Power of the Force, which you probably know, we also had the Ewoks cartoon, as we said, and a cartoon for droids.
Journey to the all-new world of adventure with the Star Wars droids. The race is on.
And both, by the way, had absolutely amazing theme songs. As I said, this was branded for the Power of the Force. But apparently it was pictured on Ewoks card backs. And it does seem a mock-up of the Battle Wagon was done with Ewoks branding, as in the cartoon branding, but that was never actually released. The catalog entry describes it as thus. This exciting new Endor vehicle gives kids the opportunity to reenact even more of Return of the Jedi and Ewoks Saturday morning TV series battle scenes involving their favorite Ewoks. The Ewok Battle Wagon has 2 levels to hold a whole band of Ewok warriors. Once aboard, the action begins. This vehicle/playset features a manually operated battering ram to crush unsuspecting intruders, and any Imperial stormtroopers or even evil Duloks that are captured may be taken prisoner inside the Ewok Battle Wagon prisoner cage in the back. The vehicle sides are removable so that an Ewok fort can be built separately. Up top, there's a ceremonial skull which serves as lookout for the Ewoks. Adding to this vehicle's versatility are a ceremonial drum and a lever, which allow the Ewok Battle Wagon front to recline, while the Ewoks take the enemy by storm. 3 rolling wheels keep the action going, at least until the Ewoks have won another Force victory. Action figures sold separately, ages 4 and up. That information is all from the Star Wars Collector's Archive link below. I find the description really interesting because it references, hey, the Ewok battles like in the movie, which of course we did not see this in the movie, and the cartoon, which we definitely did see this in.
Okay, you can look now.
Chihuahua.
In the mid-1980s, Lucasfilm really pushed Ewoks hard with the cartoons we mentioned and 2 TV movies, which I absolutely loved at the time. Now, this item is hard to find in the box, as is just about everything from the Power of the Force line. Now, this one isn't complete, and some of it's even fake. So let's take a look at that. So now set up in the midst of the Ewok village, let's take a look at this and see what's real, what's fake, and what's missing, and maybe a little bit of what's different with the Robin Hood line. So first of all, you'll see the front piece is missing on here, so part of the battering ram is missing, which that's unfortunate, but the battering ram itself is all original, as are these pieces. The ramp, the walls, all original, the skull, original, and the skull is something that is not on the Robin Hood version. Obviously, they wouldn't have a giant skull, which they do refer to, I think, out there as the Bantha skull, but these are horns and not tusks, or the other way around. These are tusks and not horns. So a Bantha has horns if you look at a Bantha, which I'll cut to a shot of a Bantha for you guys. A Bantha clearly, as you can see, has horns and not tusks. And this skull clearly has tusks. And then also here, what is missing is there's these wraps for the levers. There's a little hook piece that's missing. This one has the string, but not the little hook part. The ladder is 3D printed replica. The drum is from the Robin Hood line. I don't know how the world at large viewed Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves at the time, or still does, but I absolutely love that movie just as much as I love the Ewoks. But Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves was a really big movie in my life for whatever reason. I guess we had it on VHS probably. And I actually did have this toy from that line thanks to clearance at one particular department store, probably Hills. The infamy of Robin Hood aside, the toy line was just as infamous for at least half of it, like the Battle Wagon here, but kind of, sort of not here, being repurposed as whatever it was called for Robin Hood. Plus, Friar Tuck was actually originally one of these guys. The cage, which is in fact 3D printed and kind of a little bit more roughly painted. If these tusks are painted, they are much, much better painted. They look awesome. These look great. They look super real, whereas this doesn't, and part of it is already broken because it's very, very brittle. As I said, the ladder is replacement 3D printed, but the rest is all real. And on the sides of the Robin Hood version, there are shields here, and there is a catapult on the top, and I'd be interested to see if that catapult actually comes from an Ewok toys that I'm just forgetting. But that is what this piece is, what is real. There goes if there were bad guys in there, they'd be escaping right now. They'd break open, they escape. So you can see that it's Ewok powered and Ewoks are ready for battle. So according to this Star Wars action figure guide, this was actually created by Wicket's grandfather.
But Irfam Warwick devised this machine. which led the Ewoks to victory.
Who was a powerful warrior? My great-grandfather was a coal miner.
And it was our ancestor who did it.
While Wicked's grandfather built this thing, I like to think my grandfather built some kind of epic drill.
It's the evil Foot Clan's mutant module. Shredder and his henchmen have used it to drill into the underground gold vault.
Oh, get him, son.
So for now, let's playtest this thing in the Ewok village I made for my daughters. A cage for stormtroopers and maybe even those dulocks, and as I said, the one I have is 3D printed. It features a battle ram for attacking Imperial walkers. But maybe you can even put these bad guys in there.
All I want is the power.
The trauma of the battle for Endor is a whole nother story, by the way. The front ramp drops down. And something I didn't learn until getting this version and looking into it is the sides actually come off to make a little fort for the Ewoks, as I said earlier. And that's just amazing. I think that's the coolest feature of this in some ways, that you have a vehicle and a fort in one. Did you have an Ewok Battle Wagon as a kid? Or do you maybe have one now as a collector? Is yours 100% complete? As mine clearly isn't, but hopefully someday it will be. For now, and for always I guess, I'm Josiah, and this has been Josiah is Right, talking about an Ewok toy. Thanks for watching.